I was in a fraternity in college. And in this fraternity, you had to know a series of secret things. Yes, this is true. We had secret handshakes. We had secret phrases that people would know. We had a secret story. And yes, we even had a secret knock. And if you didn't use this particular or secret knock, you were not supposed to enter. That's how it worked. Welcome to Walking Through the Word for today. We are in John chapter 10 and we're in verse 7. And Jesus says that truly, truly, I am the door of the sheep. See, Jesus is the one that controls who comes in and comes out. But not only is that the thing that Jesus does, Jesus also protects the door. He protects it from those who would try to steal us. And who exactly is it that would try to steal us? Well, the answer is Satan. Satan and the demonic forces at his control. They are desiring to do nothing but destroy us, to steal, to kill, and to destroy, if this sounds familiar in verse 10. Whereas Jesus has come that they may have life and have it abundantly. Other translations say life to the full. This is what Jesus offers. And if people are willing to enter into the door, then Jesus offers something that nothing else can provide. If you've lived life long enough, you understand that there are a lot of things that we can chase after and things that can provide temporary satisfaction, but they are just temporary things. They are things that just satisfy temporarily. For me, I've chased degrees a little bit, and those degrees are satisfying to an extent, but then what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to chase knowledge, but what if knowledge isn't the end goal? It's the same thing with relationships. Chasing relationships will leave you unsatisfied eventually because inevitably every relationship will fall short of your expectation. When we chase things that are temporary, we only receive temporary satisfaction. And yet Jesus offers life and life abundantly if we choose to follow him. What Jesus is saying here is not that it's going to mean that our life as we are now is going to be easy. No, but it means that life will have satisfaction in ways that we never could understand. You see, when the Bible tells us that God is love, what it's telling us is if you really want to understand love, then you have to understand God. And if God brings us joy, then the only way that we can truly understand joy is if we follow God. He is the bringer of joy. He is the understander of joy. We will never fully understand joy unless we fully follow God. This is what life abundant means. If you want to have an abundant life, that means that you have to discover what the things are that truly provide this abundant life. And what does life to the full mean? Well, life to the full simply means that you follow the Good Shepherd, that you follow and you will be saved and you will find pasture. You can't help but read that part right there and go all the way back to Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd and I will not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. The safety and security is offered there. The peace is offered there. The nourishment, the satisfaction, everything that we could possibly need, want, or desire is provided by God. This is life abundant. Everything that we need to be in his care is supplied by God. Everything we need to follow him is provided. Everything that is worth is provided by him. All other things are temporary. This is what the thief comes to do when they come to steal, kill, and destroy. They come to seduce us. They come to take us away from the beauty of God. They come to take us away from the things that we so need in our lives and instead replace it with things that we want in our lives. You see the difference? What God gives is truly life-giving. What Satan offers, well, it's what we think we want, not what we truly need. So Jesus is telling us here that we need to enter into his doorway. We need to follow him and allow and understand what it is that he offers that pales, everything else pales in comparison. Nothing can come close to the satisfaction that's offered with God if we choose to follow him. This is not one of those, hey, well, if I follow God, then I'm good to go and I don't need to do anything else. That's not how it works, not as followers of Christ. We can't call ourselves followers of Christ unless we truly follow, unless we're truly devoting our lives to him. This is why this passage and the passage that we read yesterday come into effect, because it requires us to spend time with the shepherd, to spend time within the doorway, in the pen of the master, so that we can come to know him, that we can come to love him, that we can come to follow him in the promise of abundant life. And then tomorrow, Jesus is going to shift gears again, and he's going to go back to the shepherd, and he's going to help us understand why he is who he is.